All right, we're back, folks, and what I had to drink yesterday. All right, well, just a little bit of drinking in the store yesterday. We had Matt stop by, and, Matt with a mixed bag, this guy. I'm sure you've heard of him if you've been watching this part of the show. And that's someone he seems to always bring. And, this portfolio of wines was put together by the late Jess Jackson. That's right, folks. Jess just passed away last week. You'll see that in the wine news segment we've got coming up for you tomorrow. But, Jess Jackson turned Kendall Jackson into a household name for Chardonnay, and then went on to develop some of the greatest vineyard sites in Napa, Sonoma, and Mendocino. So we will raise a glass in Jess's name for creating some great juice for us to drink. Here's to you, Jess. All right, and always great stuff here. We started out with a brand called Farrier, and Farrier was a guy that put the shoes on the horse. And the Jacksons have a history of being in the horse trade, and of course controversy there as well. Well, just trying to clean things up. As we know, everything's fixed in the horse racing business, right? Okay, well, anyways, that's where the name comes from. And this wine is a more Semillon-based blend as opposed to Sauvignon Blanc, which they have another wine, Andiron. I'm sorry, this is the Andiron. Well, their other wine that they have is more of a Sauvignon Blanc-based wine. And this has a strong grapefruit citrus note, some light smoke, mineral highlights with some fresh earth coming through there as well in the nose. And then lovely texture on the tongue. One of the things you get from Sauvignon, a really rich texture, that tangy grapefruit citrus that leaves your tongue salivating for food showing through here in the finish. Really nice, excellent bottle of Sauvignon Blanc from the Alexander Valley. All right, next up, the Yangarra Estate Chardonnay from McLaren Vale. Folks, they do great Shiraz in McLaren Vale. Chardonnay? All right, well, they do great Chardonnay in Australia over in the Margaret River, but this stuff is pretty good. No oak here, pretty clean, green apple, lemon, citrus, fresh and clean style, nice balance, and some minerality showing up here. Hey, it's pretty good length. Not a bad Chardonnay from Australia. All right, next up, Decero Malbec from the Remolinos Vineyard. This is 100% from the Agrello region of Mendoza. Mendoza is a rather large area. Most people don't realize it probably take you like 8 hours to drive from the top to the bottom of it. So they're starting to point out the better areas and put them on the labels for you. And this is one of the best Malbecs that I have had this year. Second time I've had it. And we sold out of it. Thank God Matt brought it back in. Out of sight, out of mind. We'll have this back in the store next week. Great stuff. Plump, ripe black cherry, currant berry fruit, notes of black soy and violet, floral notes on the nose, bright high-toned blackberry fruit on the tongue with lovely acidity, that pretty floral note, and finishes with lovely freshness and length. One of the things a lot of Malbecs do not have to me is good length on the finish, but really nice. Remolinos is the name of the winds that come through the area to dry the grapes. Excellent juice. Next up, the Altalon Merlot from Napa Valley, 2004 vintage. We're a little behind on this one, guys. 2004, not a bad vintage, but a little bit mixed there. And this one had some lovely cigar box spice, tobacco, fresh earth. Really nice complexity on the nose, earths, dark plum and cherry fruit. Ripe on the palate here also. Very generous, round tannins. Drinking really nice right now. Good structure for a Merlot and nice depth there. All right, next, Freemark Abbey Merlot. This is a troubled winer, went into bankruptcy. Just bought it out of bankruptcy. And, making some good wines here, but they've been liquidating inventory of Freemark Abbey the last couple years. So hard brand to warm up to, unfortunately. But fresh earth and cigar box spice, currant blackberry fruit on the nose. Notice some milk chocolate, cocoa, herbs, and earth there. Dark cocoa spice and red plum fruit shown on the palate. Nice balance, silky smooth, and some milk chocolate notes showing on the finish. Pretty good stuff, actually. Next up, the Sycamore from 2003. And this is a really nice bottle of wine, a single vineyard that has sold over $50 a bottle at times, but at $50, it's a tough sell. The 03 vintage of Sycamore. Some nice, really fresh earth and cigar box spice, currants, cassis, black earth, dark chocolate, and kind of thick still on the tongue for this 03, and showing some nice freshness for a big cab, some toasty oak, and barnyard notes to the finish. Not bad at all. All right. Actually, I rated it excellent. Okay, the Yangarra Grenache from McLaren Vale. And I got to have dinner with the vineyard manager at a very famous pizza place, Russell's in McLaren Vale, one of my visits there. And these guys producing outstanding wines. Jess had a knack for finding things, as far away as McLaren Vale, Australia. Fresh berry pie-like fruit on the nose, violet, black licorice spice, lovely jammy, kind of jelly, grape jelly fruit there. Fresh berry pie showing through on the palate there, smooth, silky tannins, fresh acidity, and a nice floral nuance at the end. Really nice stuff. Grenache, a bit of a tough sell, though, as a varietal. Chateauneuf de Pape, much easier to sell, mostly Grenache. Okay, Yangarra Cadenzia. This is a Rhone-style blend, Grenache, Shiraz, Mourvedre, GSM, otherwise known as dried tobacco, spice, cocoa, a bit of black cherry, kind of dried fruit here on the nose. Really interesting. Fresh herbs, showing fairly complex, a bouquet there. Thick and syrupy on the tongue, kind of heavy, smooth tannins, though, rich, and some pretty firm stuff showing up at the end. Maybe a little too syrupy for some people, but if you like that style of wine,